Hi, and welcome to number 2 in the series of losing some weight. Right? In the first video, we talked about the mindset of losing some weight and getting yourself right on the track to actually start doing something about it. Right? So in this video, I'm going to suggest some exercising for you and some ways of actually dealing with this here. But first of all, let me just assure you that you don't need to go to the gym and have any strenuous exercises and all this. And let me just please explain to you what I mean by that, right? Because of course, physical exercises is good. But if you're saying, deciding to lose weight and whatever, what most people do is they decide to start running and start doing heavy exercising and restrict their food and calories or whatever they have and all this, and it's just too much. It's just very too much for you to sort of contemplate doing all this, and you're going to end up hating it, and you're going to end up stopping it, and you're going to end up getting back to where you were before. And then you're going to eat to satisfy your cravings because you've now, not done something for a long time. So I suggest that first of all, what you do is you decide, okay, if you enjoy going to the gym, then go to the gym, right? But do, light repetitions. Do not, decide you're going to bench press 100 kilos, right? Because it's not going to last that way, right? Make a nice little program for yourself, or as in the case of most gyms, they have like a trainer there that can suggest one for you. Either it's free, or you may have to pay just a little bit to get a set program for you. Just tell them that the goal is just repetition, toning up, and enjoying yourself, and they'll be happy to look after you that way. Okay, but for now, just what I do is I do 30 minutes in the gym, and then I do 30 minutes where 15 minutes I swim and 15 minutes I sit in the spa. And in my case, a spa is sort of like a plunge pool with some jets in there and it's very hot, so it's sort of like you're sitting in a whirlpool, right? That's the spa. In different places of the world, like at the moment I'm in the Philippines, and here they call a spa like a massage clinic, right? Where you obviously receive a massage, yeah? So, but whatever spa is to you, that's what I mean. Like, this is the pool of hot water with jets, and it creates a whirlpool, and you get pounded by the pressure of the water, right? Very, very nice. If you're in a cold area, you may want to go in a sauna. Even if you're in a warm area, for that matter, a warm climate, you can go into a sauna too. The main reason, I think, or the main benefit arriving from a sauna is that you clean out the pores of your skin, just like you would on a hot day outside where you are actually perspiring or sweating. You clean out the pores of your skin, and also improves the circulation, your blood circulation. Like, let me tell you about my my grandparents, because I come from Denmark, the cold north of Denmark, and my grandparents were Swedish, and what they would do was to actually go out on the icy lakes, and they would cut a hole in the actual ice, big enough to suit a person. Like, they would go with their neighbors, like all together as a group, and this would be quite a normal thing for everybody to do at that time. I'm not sure if they still do it now, but that's what they used to do, right? So anyway, and they would have a sauna there, and the sauna, of course, would be fired by wood, so it would be nice and steamy and hot, and the smells inside the sauna would be beautiful because there would be all this balsa wood or precious wood, right? So so the idea here is that you use, of course, the lake as a cooling down process. So what they would do, they would go and sit in this hot sauna, right? And it would really steam them up and get them cooking, so to speak. Then they will come out, and they will use a very special bush to actually it's got leaves on, and they would use branches with all these leaves on to actually hit each other with, right? Now, on the bare skin, that actually produces sort of like, the skin will go very red, and of course the circulation in the small pores of the skin would, the capillaries or whatever they're called, would sort of really go hot. You look like a prawn, right? Because you're so red, right? And then, of course, they would then jump into this icy cold water, right? You may sound, oh, that's terrible when I'm cold. Yeah, but when you are heated up, it's sort of almost like pleasant to go into 0 degrees or 4 degrees, water or whatever, right? So that's what they would do, and they will repeat that cycle in order to refresh their skin. And also, when you jump into this pool, your circulation takes a massive boost, right? You can imagine it's like kickstarting your pumps, right? So the blood would be rushing through the veins, right, to catch up with that, right? So what that does is that it cleans out your pores and cleans out your veins and the blood circulation, okay? So yeah, that at the moment I will stop there for now, and I will come back to you again with some more information. But if you are thinking about the gym and exercises, that's the way. See you soon. Thanks for listening. Okay, just picking up from where we left off there. So that's what they would do. They would so that's what they would do. They would go into the saunas and then jump into a really icy cold pool, and of course that will invigorate them, right? Now, what I suggest for you is to make it a little bit more interesting, of course, because most of us don't have these sort of facilities at hand. So, a good thing is to start maybe playing badminton or some sport like that, where you can actually go. Just remember, this is your new lifestyle type of thing, and a lifestyle includes a way of exercising the body and getting the circulation happening, right? Again, not to excess, but to have fun, right? To be more socially outgoing also, because that's another trait you can put down to someone who is obese. They don't go anywhere because they don't want to show themselves, so to speak. They're embarrassed of that, but you have to overcome that. This is, like a little bit of a slaying the dragon, overcoming the fears and overcoming all these anxieties that you have, right? So let's decide to join up. Let's decide to do something, okay? So I'm going to suggest a Chinese exercise as well. You can do at home or anywhere else. But just at this point in time, like playing tennis against a wall, right? Just buying yourself a tennis racket if you haven't got one, and then find a wall. Excuse me, I have a frog in my throat here. Find a wall where you can just go down and shoot the ball against the tennis ball, and start practicing a little bit like that. As you get better, you move away from the wall further, and eventually you are able to play a pretty mean bit of tennis there, right? A totem tennis is excuse me, another good way of doing things, right? Because the totem tennis, that's the one where you got like a pole, and then there's a ball on a string, and you can, hit it forward and back. Yeah, and it's just an easy way of doing things, just get yourself moving a little bit, and especially if you can get some people who, you can enlist to go with you, or like a buddy or somebody who can train with you. It's such a good fun, right? Now, the Chinese exercise is just involving swinging your leg. I know this sounds really simple, but I'm going to put a video in the bottom here for you, because it actually is an ancient Chinese way of actually losing weight and also getting yourself mobile if you are a little bit obese and a little bit overweight, right? And it has a string of health benefits that you can take advantage of. So, but again, start in a small. I started with about 50, on each leg, and then I built my way up from there. So that's something you can get started with already, okay? Yeah? So, again, number one video, we talked about the mindset and get yourself right. It has to be fun, it has to be enjoyable, and it has to be sustainable, whatever you decide to do. In this one, I've suggested a couple of exercises you can do, and you can check in the link below to see, the Chinese exercise, and you can start doing that, okay? So that's the next fix. And I'm going to get to you I don't want to make these videos too long because it's boring to listen to me yapping there for too long. So I understand that. So I thank you for your gracefulness of actually wanting to listen and hear what I have to say. But if you do what I'm saying, you will get results, okay? And again, if you want to study this more in depth, there's a link in the bottom there. I have taken most of these informations that I have used on myself and also applied from the course that I recommend in the link below. So if you want to know more, if you want to study in depth, fantastic, grab that and enjoy that. Yeah, for now I will say goodbye and thank you for listening. This is Nick Struan, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye for now.